Welcome to day 6 of Craftmas. Today I have this really fun paper pumpkin kit, and one of the features for this paper pumpkin kit, which I think was November's kit, is that you could get these bags that coordinated with the kit. And my intention was to make one treat bag and then to make a card and just use these bags. But as you're going to see, I end up just making treat bags and it's totally fine. This kit has tags in it, which is really fun. I actually made up a couple of the tags at the end of the video. You'll see them, and I put them in the tag box that I created a couple days ago. So as always, I like to go through the kit and pull everything out. I didn't use any of this glimmer. It's like mint macaroon. It's beautiful and I love it. I just ended up not using it on my project today because I went a different direction. So I just saved it. I saved all the pieces that I didn't use so that I could use it on something else, and it might show up later on in Craftmas. So here I had Andrew bring me down a hot chocolate packet. Now I like it's not the Swiss Miss that I like. My kids like the Swiss Miss, but I like the Lando Lake hot chocolate, and you can get it in the raspberry or the mint, and they come in really pretty packaging. And so it's kind of nicer to use for like putting together like treat bags, but this is what I had on hand. So the Swiss Miss actually fits in the little treat bag perfectly, and then I put a candy cane in there. And then I had him bring me, I had peppermint Hershey Kisses, which are white chocolate and peppermint like candy cane, and they're really yummy. And then there is another pack that I'm going to show you right here. It's this one. It's the hot cocoa Hershey Kisses, and they are chocolate, and then they have like a marshmallow center, and they're really yummy too. So I thought originally I was going to put them in the bag with the hot chocolate and the candy cane, but it didn't fit very well. So I just went ahead and decided to do two other treat bags, one with each of the candies. And you could pair it with anything you wanted. It's just fun to have a little treat bag. You could put a candy cane in with the Hershey Kisses and, take it to church for, Sunday school, or you could take it to, a Bible, your Bible, group, church meeting group, or it would be great for teachers. Or I like to keep some of these around for like the bank and the post office. We live in a really small town, so we know everybody in those places, and it's always fun to give treats. But even if you just carried some around and you were at the grocery store and you handed somebody some, I don't know, in today's world, they might just throw the candy away, thinking you were some creep. But I don't know, like it's kind of a nice gesture, and who cares if somebody throws it away? It's the gesture that counts, right? It's the kindness and your intent behind it. And I don't really care what people do with the things that I give to them after I give them. If they throw cards away, if they throw all the treats away, that's totally okay. The joy is in making these things and then giving them. So that's a few ideas of just um, what you can give them for. So the treat bags you can still get. This particular paper pumpkin kit, obviously you can't get that unless you are a current subscriber, and then you could get a refill kit if it is available. Paper pumpkin, if you're not aware of what paper pumpkin is, it is a monthly kit that you get, and the inside of the kit is always different. Like sometimes there's tags and cards and treat bags, and there's just a variety of different things. I've gotten paper pumpkin since the very beginning. I love getting it. Even when my kits get backed up and I don't do them for a couple months, they are a great crafty item to just grab when you want to be crafty, but maybe you don't have a lot of time, or you are on the go. Maybe you're going somewhere and you want to have something crafty to do. It always comes with a stamp set, an ink block, and then your very first kit comes with a clear block. So that's really nice. So I pulled out some ribbon that I had on hand. This is evergreen ribbon. It's really beautiful, particularly for Christmas. And I just wrapped that around the bag, and then I created one of the tags. And my favorite is that little Santa hat. It's so cute. And then I put the candy cane in. So that's my first treat bag. And then I had these other two, so I'm going to decorate them up. And there's a couple different ways you can do these. So the first way is I just fold the bag down, so that little decorative edge is on the front of the bag, and I just take my stapler and I staple it, and then I'm going to put a tag over the staple so you can't see it. So that's the first way. And I'm going to take the really large circle that's on there, and then I'm going to do some stamping to do that. Now, you could make this into a card. I've actually seen people take those treat bags and use them almost like designer paper and put it on the front of a card, and that works well too. I've done that with treat bags before. You just get creative and you use what you have to create what you want. Like I don't want to be picky about it. I just want to be able to be creative. And so I want to pull from all the things that I have and just use them. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Not kind of, it is exactly what I'm doing. So I took this ribbon. This is larger ribbon. I know this is retired. It's from a couple years ago, and it's just this really thick ribbon. I tend to pull out the really thick ribbon during Christmas time. It's just like I want like the pretty thick ribbon. I always pull out gold. I use a lot of gold at Christmas time. So here is this large circle stamp, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season the stamp. And I had a question in one of my other videos this month about why I do that. And I do have a video where I share why I do that, and I will try to remember to put a card here, and I just go over why you do that, how to do it, how it helps your images. And you're going to see in this video I seasoned this one and I get a beautiful crisp image. There is, oh, you know what? I took that footage out. So later on in the video, I was stamping with another one and I forgot to season it. And I did it in Evening Evergreen and it was splotchy. And I was like, oh, I totally forgot to season this one. That's why I do this. So it just helps you to get a crisp, beautiful image, particularly on like these stamps that come in the paper pumpkin kit. They are the photopolymer ones, and they just need a little bit of seasoning so that ink can soak in. So I'm going to attach this again with another staple, and then I'm going to flatten that out because I crinkled it a tiny bit. But that's the second treat bag. And then for this third treat bag, what I'm going to do is I am just going to crinkle the top, and then I'm going to tie some ribbon around it. And I use that Evening Evergreen ribbon. It was perfect for these treat bags. And then at the very end, you'll see that I also used this Evening Evergreen on the extra Christmas tags that I made. The bags are really sturdy, so that's another thing I really liked about these bags is like crinkling the top of that. It was not at all about to rip. Like it was not delicate at all. So they're really sturdy there. So I tie the bow on top and has a little bit of ribbon, for the like the legs of the ribbon. I guess that's a good way to put it. Um, so here's the other stamp pieces, and this one says "Open Me." So I'm gonna stamp that and then attach that to the bag. So I hope that you are enjoying Craftmas. We're on day 6, and I think it's going really well. I'm enjoying interacting with all of you in the comments, and I will. There is a couple who have reached out and said they're following along and doing Craftmas, so I want to make sure to link them. And then here, my video is really shaky. I apologize. I guess I'm just gonna have shaky videos sometimes in the beginning. But here's all 3 of the bags that I did. And then there are those tags right up there in the corner that I did the extra ones of, which I loved. So I will be back tomorrow. Sometimes I just want to mention that sometimes the blog posts that accompany the videos, there will not always be a blog post, and sometimes the blog posts are a little bit delayed. My main goal is to get a video up for you every single day here on YouTube, and then if it filters onto my website, that's great, but it's not the priority. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today.